Have you ever wondered what is the fastest dino in Ark Survival Evolved? Now this is according to ground dinos, flying dinos, special type of dinos, and the Skiff that's not really a dino, but we'll just throw it in there. Okay, so the Skiff obviously is going to be the fastest one here, and we have a course over here from that first gateway. There's also one at the bottom lining up with the one at the top here, and we're basically racing towards another set of gateways that's on the other end here. You can see it should come into render distance over here, and you'll see the ground ones on the ground, the flying ones over there, so that they fly in a straight line, and we time how fast each of these dinos can make it across that distance. So let's start out with the flyers in Ark Survival Evolved, the ones that just fly in a typical straight line, right? So starting out with the Pteranodon, we have a 42-second journey from gateway to gateway. While not the most fun flyer, it is definitely a fast one a beginner can get their hands on. The next one up here is a Wyvern that is able to beat the PT in about 2 seconds, maybe a little bit more since I accidentally flew a little bit upwards here, but the Wyvern is still pretty fast. What's actually crazy is that the Crystal Wyverns are actually faster than the base Wyverns by like 5 seconds, as you can see. Like, they actually go across here at a decent time, which actually I'm impressed with here. I thought the Griffin would actually be faster by using like the wind down mechanics, but it only goes down faster, it doesn't really go forwards that much faster. Overall, it's actually probably the slowest one we've looked at, but it's not slower than the Tapejara. The Tapejara I thought would be fast, but it's actually kind of slow. Maybe I'm using it wrong because I don't really use the Tapejara, but this is what it is to me. All right, the Astrodelphis. Now this one feels fast. Like the power behind it, it just feels like I'm going insanely fast. And if you look at the time there, 21 seconds, it's an incredibly fast tame. The Voidwyrm or the Tech Wyvern is faster than normal Wyverns, or probably just on par with it. But the Crystal Wyverns are still faster than the Voidwyrms themselves. The next topic we're going to look at are ground dinos. Dinos that basically start on the ground. As you can see here, a brief overview of some of them that we're going to be looking at now. So starting with the first one, we have the Andrewsarchus that can go into a sprint mode. I thought this would be faster. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this would be faster. This is like the same speed as a Griffin. This is basically a ground Griffin. The Gallimimus was disappointingly slow. I thought this was like the fastest land animal. You telling me the Andrewsarchus is faster than the Gallimimus? The procoptodon, I thought maybe it would save its time by jumping like insane distances, by making up with those distances, but it's actually the slowest thing we've looked at so far. Then we have the Basilisk, which feels like it's going fast, but is actually slower than the procoptodon. It just looks like it's going fast. I don't know, maybe it's just me, it feels cool to ride though. Now, you might not have known this, but the roll rat is incredible. Look how cool this is. I feel like a Beyblade, dude. I'm like freaking sideways Beyblade just running through here as one of the fastest things in the game. I thought the Deinonychus would also be pretty good because, I mean, like when I ride one, they always feel like they're going fast. But they're actually not that fast, so that's a little disappointing. I expected more from that. The Equus is probably the most disappointing of all. I really thought it would be, but it's just not good enough. You're just not good enough, Harry. Not good enough. The Shadowmane is incredible. It seems like it goes slower because you have to stop and you have to load up a jump. But when you load up those jumps, you get insane distance, more than a procoptodon, and you're able to do this in a really fast time. The Enforcer has a little bit of a teleporting mechanic here. It can teleport like 5 times. You just have to wait for the thing to load. And you can get across here in about 30 seconds, which is also an incredible speed. Now let's talk about some special dinos. Dinos that don't normally like fly straight, or they don't normally like ride the ground. They have different kind of mechanics. And these are these ones over here. Now, starting out with the Rock Drake is quite difficult to control. I mean, all of these in general are quite difficult to control, but if you use this right, the Rock Drake is incredibly fast at 24 seconds. That's actually impressive. The Maewing, however, the Maewing is a next level thing. Look at how the Maewing, you're just starting from a high height and you're gliding downwards. You can get an insane speed to go there. Obviously, you have to start from height. The Bloodstalker is even faster than the Maewing, but you have to have something to grab on all the time, so it's very situational, but it grabs an insane speed that can take it to the next level. The Managarmr, I don't know, like it does like 3 bursts, and then it like just kind of like falls down to the ground, and it takes a while to get the burst up. Again, maybe I'm just using it wrong, but it feels terrible. The Skiff, while not really a dinosaur, is probably the fastest thing in the entire game. Nothing can beat the speed of a Skiff. It flies at a constant speed, up, down, left, right, wherever you're going, and it's really nice. Now let's talk about the fastest creatures or tames or whatever they are in this game entirely. Starting with everything from this list here, in 6th place, we're going to start out with the Roll Rat. at 25 seconds. It takes 25 seconds for the roll rats to go from one gateway to the next one. You can see here, it looks incredibly fun. It looks a lot faster than it is, but it also is faster than it looks. That is such a contradictory statement, but I feel like this is one of the most addicting like mounts that you can use, because it just feels so cool. I literally don't get bored of using that all the time. Now, the Rock Drake is in 5th place because it can get an insane distance if you're starting from above ground and you have like walls that you can link up on. Obviously, while you're flying for long enough, you get like a target mark here that will allow you to actually, like, you know, jump towards something in front of you. And if you jump off of that and you're near something again, you'll be able to, you know, just jump to platforms like that. And using that mechanic, you can get insane speed by flying ahead. But it's also very situational. In 4th place, we have the Astrodelphis, the space whale. Now, this one is much like the Skiff, where it can go anywhere, any speed, like the same constant speed in any direction kind of thing, up, down, left, right. So this one is actually a preferred kind of thing to ride, because it's just generally easier. It doesn't have a special circumstance that you need to rely on. And also, who can forget that the space whales are super awesome to use? Just, there's nothing that beats that. So in 3rd place, we have the Maewing. Just hands down, people know that this mount can carry a lot of stuff. It can be super fantastic. The only problem is you need to be having a downhill slope, or like a place where you can jump off a mountain and glide downwards to get your insane speed. If you're going uphill, the Maewing is going to be super slow, and that's unfortunate. In 2nd place, we have the Bloodstalker, which can be very, very fast, provided you have the right like situation or environment around you. Of course, you need things to pull off. So if you have like a forest or things like here in Genesis 2, where you have like the walls, it's great. But if you're on a flat surface, you can't really do anything. In 1st place, we have the Skiff, the fastest thing in the game. It takes 14 seconds to go across here. It obviously does require element, and also you have to be Genesis 1 in alpha difficulty, which is tough on its own. But yeah, nothing beats the Skiff in terms of reliability, speed, and carry weight and everything. The Skiff is just your end-game thing, but it's also not even a dino and a creature, so it's not really the 1st place. The Bloodstalker is technically the fastest creature in the game, at least in the test that we did here. Which is your favorite creature out of the video here that you like to use the most? Let us know in the comments down below, and let us know why, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.